Whether you've just started a career in security or you've gained experience and you now want to move into management, the CSM course is designed to give you the knowledge, skills, and credibility you need. In this video, we're going to be talking about the CSM course that's provided by the International Security Management Institute, short for ISMI. Hello there, and welcome to Security Nuggets podcast. I'm your host, Ashley, a certified security expert, and it's a pleasure to have you joining me. If you are looking to build a strong foundation in professional security management, then you are in the right place. Let's get started. What's CSM? Now, CSM is an entry-level qualification course in security management best practice. CSM is abbreviation for Certified Security Manager. So professionals who successfully complete this course are able to achieve themselves a CSM designation. Which institute provides this course? Now, the institute that provides this course is called ISMI, which is abbreviation for International Security Management Institute. Now, this is an institution that's provide OFCO regulated courses, and it has a strong global reputation in the security field. It is also home of the CSMP course program, which is an advanced program. When you compare it with the CSM course program, CSMP is more advanced, all right? And initially, the institute used to provide the CSMP program only, but there was need to provide an entry-level course for professionals who were not meeting the CSMP application criteria. So the CSM course is actually a pathway that enables professionals to get to the advanced CSMP course. In other words, the CSM course also acts as a stepping stone because it helps professionals bridge and be able to qualify for the next advanced course, which is the CSMP course program. All right. And if you want to know more about the CSMP course program, also provided by ISMI, you just have to watch a previous video discussion that we had some time back. I've actually tagged it in the description box below. It's going to be very useful for you because it's going to be enlightening you more on the CSMP course program, right? Having achieved that designation some years back, I provided that discussion from a personal experience point of view, even when I was expounding on the course learning process flow, I was basing it on my personal experience, all right? I believe as far as upskilling is concerned, it's very important for us to base our decisions from an informed point of view. So if you're a professional who is seriously thinking about upskilling and upskilling through the provided courses by ASMI, then that is a discussion that you're going to find very, very helpful, all right? Who is eligible to take the CSM course? Now, if you are a professional who is just starting a career in security, you're in the entry level, this course is ideal for you, all right? And also, if you have been working in the security industry for a while and you are now in management positions, or you are anticipating to be promoted to a management position, this course is good for you because what this course does, it prepares you for leadership roles within the security industry. All right. And other professionals I can recommend to consider this course are professionals who are transitioning domains. For instance, if you're in the digital domain, that is IT, and you want to move into the other security management domains, then this is a course that is going to be important for you because it is going to give you that transition that you need. All right. Also, if in the process of applying for CSMP, which is the more advanced course, you don't qualify, ISM recommends you to take the CSM course as an entry level point, all right? Because what it does is that it helps you to prepare yourself for the next advanced course, which is the CSMP course, all right? And we are going to see as we move forward in this discussion why it helps you do that, how it helps you to do that, all right? How is the application process? How do you get to apply for CSM course? You can apply for the CSM course by reaching out to the Institute of M.ISMI through the email. I'm going to tag the email below in the description box of this video discussion, all right? You can also check out their website, which I'll also share in the description box. You can go to their website and contact them from there. I believe they have an application form, if I'm not wrong. You can be able to apply from there as well, all right? But ideally, once you provide you provide interest of you participating as a participant to take on the CSM course, your application is evaluated by the institution, all right? When I say evaluation, I mean they want to establish that you meet the criteria for the CSM course, all right? So that they can be able to advise you further, okay? In most cases, they will request you for your resume or your CV, or they will request you for your LinkedIn account profile, so that they can check out your profile and get to see where are you currently working, or rather, what are your previous roles in terms of experience, and if you have put your qualifications and credentials in your profile, what are they? I mean, it's all in the process of establishing that you actually meet the criteria to take on the CSM course, all right? After applying and being evaluated, and if you are successfully approved, you will get an invoice, and then you will make the necessary payment. And then upon payment, now you are going to be guided accordingly in terms of when you're going to start the course, and they'll also give you the credentials you need to access their intranet portal, so that you can be able to access all the necessary learning resources that you're going to be requiring to participate in this course, all right? In terms of costing, currently the CSM course is being charged a rate of 785 GBP. That's Great Britain pounds, all right? Plus VAT where applicable, all right? So that is the rate as of now, as I publish this conversation, all right? But we know that cost is never constant. There are so many things that make cost to fluctuate, all right? So depending on when you get an opportunity to engage in this discussion, the cost might be 785, or it may have adjusted upwards because of fluctuation and other contributing factors. But at least with this information, you can be able to do your budget estimates, okay? How do professionals get to achieve the CSM designation? All right? How do you get to participate in this course online? 3 critical steps are involved in this process of achieving the CSM designation, all right? One of the steps is preparation, okay? In this step, you're going to be preparing yourself so that you can be able to sit for the exam, all right? And it's very important to note that the course is conducted within a time frame of 12 months. So within 12 months, you're expected to have prepared effectively for the course, and you're also expected to have been tested for the course. All right? So time management here is key, and effective planning is key. All right? Now, in preparation, you will be required to read and assimilate the knowledge and content that is within ISMI, Security Management Body of Good Practice. In preparation, you're supposed to make sure that whatever it is you're reading, you're also being able to understand the application point of view. How can you apply whatever you're learning in real life workplace scenarios? Because that's the whole process of the CSM course, all right? And still in preparation, you need to plan your time so that you can make sure that you still have good time to book your exam and sit for your exam online. All right. Now, in most cases, participants, you have the 12 months, but in most cases, you find participants are through preparing within 3 months, within 6 months, all right, within 7 months, all right. And they can be able to sit for the exam within the 7th month or the 8th month. They can be able to start sitting for the exam, all right. Uh, Obviously, every professional has their own unique way of preparing and reading and all that, but it is very advisable for you to prepare yourself adequately within the first 6 months or so that you can give yourself time to sit for the exam and then be able to demonstrate your application through the last form of testing, which is where you're supposed to demonstrate your application. All right. We will get to that as well. All right. But ideally, it is very important for you to time yourself effectively so that you can have time to prepare and to be tested. All right. And once you're done preparing and you're confident that you're ready to be tested, you are supposed to provide the request to the institute. You're supposed to tell them that I am ready to be tested. In other words, you do your exam booking, all right? Ordinarily, they recommend that you give a notice of ample time. You give them like a week notice, all right? Uh, Ahead of when you want to sit for the exam, all right? So you just work it out. You just work it out, all right? I want to sit for this exam in the next 7 days. So this is the right time to book for it, all right? And that way you're giving them enough time to book for your exam and all that. The second step in the process of achieving this CSM designation is testing. Okay. Now, when you're being tested, the first type of testing that you're gonna be tested through is the multi-choice exam. All right, you're gonna be provided with an online multi-choice examination consisting of 120 questions. And obviously, this is conducted online under strict supervision. Okay, so there's a way they integrate your computer IP with their surveillance systems. So as you do your exam, your camera is on and all that, and you can be able to be observed what you're doing. Okay, so there is no shortcut here. There is no shortcut here. Nobody will give you those answers. You will have no reference point. So it is very important for you to prepare accordingly. And again, why would you want to use shortcuts? The whole purpose of undertaking this course is for you to be able to enhance your application skills, enhance your proficiency, okay? And I believe that if you can contextualize the application bit of it, you will not have any problem responding to those multi-choice questions. You will absolutely not have a problem, okay? But if you approach is going to be the theoretical approach, whereby you just want to pass the exams without properly understanding the application bit of it, you are going to fail. And unfortunately, you might not attain that minimum grade, that minimum pass mark of 75%. Okay, because that is the minimum pass mark. You have to achieve at least a minimum score of 75%. Okay, so this is an exam that doesn't require you to cram and be theoretical. If that is the approach you use of application, then you will also do very well in that multi-choice exam, because I know that is how, I'm sure that is how their questions are framed in a manner that tests the application of the participants. I know that is how the exams are tested. And I know this because when you go to their website, they have given a few example questions, of some of the questions they ask you. And those are questions that are literally testing your application ability, being able to demonstrate that you understand what you're learning, all right? Now, the third step here in the process of you achieving that CSM designation is the demonstration bit of it, okay? Not only are you tested in proving you can apply the context of what you're learning in the multi-choice test that we've just discussed, you will also be expected to demonstrate that you understand what you're learning through a survey, okay? So you're going to be required to engage in a question to do with surveying, security surveying, okay? Obviously, again, because I haven't taken the CSM course, I am not privy to the exact concept. I don't know whether you're going to get an example case study. I don't know whether you're going to be advised to use an organization of your preference. I don't know, all right? But all I know is that you are tested on security survey in terms of you understanding how to do a security survey, conducting a security survey, all right? In whatever understudy, all right? And you're not only expected to conduct a security survey, you're also expected to present a security survey report. Okay, so that is the third part in you achieving this CSM designation, all right? So 3 critical steps: 1, preparing; 2, getting tested; and 3, demonstrating that you can be able to conduct a security survey and present a security survey presentation to management or executive or leadership, okay? So that is what it takes for you to get yourself or nail a CSM course designation, all right? This is one course I can highly recommend for so many reasons, but top on my list of reasons is in their testing methodology, because the fact is we have so many online courses, especially security management courses that are being provided by various institutions, okay? But the problem is the focus of the course is very theoretical. So participants' goal is to just read and pass exams and attain that designation or get that title, okay? But when it comes to application, whatever you've studied, you can be able to apply it in your organization or in workplace real-time scenarios. You cannot be able to do that. So you are having a portfolio with very serious credentials, but they're just good on paper. When it comes to getting the work done through that knowledge, you cannot be able to do it. And that is an absolute waste of your resources and investment in your career. How do you benefit from achieving the CSM designation? Okay, how do you benefit from it? All right. One is that you get to enhance your credibility. You get to enhance your industry credibility. All right. And that is a plus for you because it makes you competitive, especially in a very competitive industry. Security is a very competitive industry. Credibility is key, especially when you're looking to be promoted or to join management. All right. Two, you get to demonstrate to your employers that you are serious about your profession. All right. And that you have been tested against international benchmark standards. Because remember, ISMI is our institution that has a very strong reputation, a very strong global reputation in the security field. Okay. So it's an institution that is known by most organizations in most countries, if not all. All right. And sometimes even when you're looking for employment or you're looking to be promoted, they will tell you, demonstrate you have achieved this designation from this institute. All right. So sometimes you're gonna find organizations are asking for credentials from ACEs. All right. And sometimes and at the same time, it's gonna be ACEs or ISMI. All right. So these are international institutions that focus on security management courses, and they provide these courses within international standards. Okay. So it is a bonus. Now, this is how I would recommend an interested professional to plan their timelines when they're taking the CSM course so that you can get it right in terms of time management. All right. Because it's important. Remember, a lot of professionals who are upskilling, they're working. And we know how the security industry is. The security roles are very demanding. You're busy all day and sometimes even at night if you have to work in a night shift. All right. So between striking a balance between work and further studying and taking care of your other personal things, it is not easy. All right. So planning effectively is very important. Now, this is how I would recommend you plan yourself. Okay. Now, it's also worth noting that ISMI doesn't really dictate that you do the first multi-choice online exam and then go ahead and straight away sit for the other exam of demonstration where you have to do the security survey and present a security report. Within the 12 months, if you are able to plan yourself effectively, you can be able to give yourself ample time and take a break after you do the multi-choice exam so that you can prepare and sit for the other exam where you're demonstrating you understand how to conduct a security survey and you can be able to effectively present a security survey report to management, all right? So I would take the first 6 months for just reading and assimilating. Reading and assimilating, all right? And I would stay away from cramming. I would stay away from just understanding the theory bit of it for the sake of understanding. So 6 months are for reading, reading, and reading. And then I would commit the 7th and 8th month into revising. That's where the revision comes in. Revising and getting tested in the first exam where the questions are in multi-choice, the 120 questions. Okay, I would commit the 7th and 8th month for that. So what I'm doing in the 7th month here is revision. And then in the 8th month, finalize your revision. Make sure there's time to book your exam and stick to the 1 week notice period, okay? And make sure that at the end of the 8th month, you have sat for your first exam, the multi-choice exam where you're being given the 120 questions, okay? And then after I do the first exam, all right, I request for a brief break to prepare myself for the last exam, where I'm demonstrating I have properly understood the application point of view, and in this case, through a security survey. Okay? So I'm going to prepare myself in the 9th and 10th and 11th month. Okay? So what am I doing here? It's not just about reading notes again here. I am literally conducting a proxy security surveys. What I mean proxy, I'm saying that I'm coming up with organizations I'm familiar with, all right? And I am coming up with potential threat profiles, all right, that could be potential to those organizations, all right? And I am literally conducting my surveys and literally presenting reports, doing a draft report that would look like a report that's been presented to management. That is what I'm doing in my 8th, 9th, and 10th month. All right. And because I have enough time, I would probably not do one. I would probably do two. I would look at one organization and then I would look at the second organization. Okay. If you're working, the best example to work with is your own organization. All right. I would do a survey based on my organization if you're working. All right. Or if you're consulting or you're freelancing, you can just maybe use one of your clients' organization because you're just using it for your own technical purpose. It is not something you're presenting. So you're not going to be breaching any NDAs if you have one, okay? So it is just for purposes of preparing yourself. So contextualize that with a family organization and do your own security survey. Based on the security survey, prepare a draft report that you'd provide to management. Within the 12 months, which is the final month of the time frame of 12 months, I am so ready to sit for the other SEC exam, which is the demonstrating bit of it. I am so ready. So I communicate to the office and I book for that exam. And now I'm gonna be able to sit down for the demonstration part of it. And if you can use my approach as an example, then you should be able to get that minimum mark of 75%. As a matter of fact, you will get an 80 or 90 plus. All right. But I think the trick here is being able to manage your time effectively within the 12-month period. Okay. Don't be someone who runs last minute. You waste the first initial months of your 12 months and 5-6 months down the line, you're like, oh my God, I have to read and get ready and all that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Be a smart professional. Be a professional who is serious and committed and hands-on, okay? And then you're going to get good results out of it. That's it for this discussion. I hope you found it enlightening. All right. Again, I'm going to be sharing ISMI email address in the description box as well as their website so that you can get there at their website and get to find what other information is there for you to utilize if you're serious about taking the CSM course, all right? Remember what I said. As far as upskilling and further studying is concerned, we are able to make informed decisions when we get to understand the courses and the institutions behind the courses better. That is when we are able to make informed decision. And again, check out the other video discussion that we did of the CSMP course program, still provided by ISMI Institute. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you can be updated whenever we publish new video discussions. And you can get to enlighten yourself further and just get to enhance your professional security management knowledge. Until next time, goodbye for now.